the money was being spent to benefit the library or not, and what that included. So I believe that was the discussion that I remember.
Friends of the library, what is their organization for? It was most of the library, and the funds weren't being used, and that's what the discussion was.
Right. Yep, I remember that.
There's a lot of need in the library.
Yep.
At least I think we should require some portion of it being spent there.
It does also require that they declare their intent, and they do not have that on their application.
Exactly.
Well, we have a motion and a second on the floor, and this isn't, we're at the question period, so it's either a rescinding of the motion in the second and then a tabling until they get what we want, or we pass the ordinance, or we pass the resolution right now, and then perhaps ask them to provide,
Mr. Mayor,
yep.
I would move that we table.
Well, we do have a motion and a second already on the table, so we really can't table this yet. We'd have to rescind the motion in the second in
I'll
order
call
to
the
table, am I
question.
right?
I'll
We have
call the
a
question.
motion and a second. Let's ask legal.
Mayor, I want to jump in. Mayor, I believe a motion to table is a superior motion, so I think that would take precedence.
I believe you're right.
Yeah?
I think you're right.
Okay, so we have a motion to table. We haven't had a second on that yet.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second. Can the guy that made the motion from before make, okay, he can do that. So this is the end of the discussion. If we vote to table, we're done. So I will call a question.
Wait a minute, I have a parliamentary question, I guess. Is this a motion to indefinitely table the motion, or to table it to a specific time?
Now, we have a motion and a second to table, so that's the end of the discussion. True?
Right.
It really
It's
is.
not discussable, but I do have a point of parliamentary procedure.
Yes, and you
There's a
can
point
ask
of
that.
parliamentary
A
procedure.
motion to indefinitely table the motion would defeat the motion,
Right.
not to be taken up again. Is this a motion to do that, or is
That's
this
what
a
they
motion
did.
to table it to a definite time?
We'll ask the motioners.
No, I hope they don't change it again. They already made their motion.
I'm just asking what the
I
motion
know.
is.
The motion is to table his question.
Right.
Simply.
Period.
Okay,
It's still there.
let's vote on it.
And then we can bring it back next meeting.
No, you
Yes.
can bring it back in 1 minute then, too.
No, that's true, too. Okay, well, we got to vote on the table. So, vote on the tabling motion. So, all in favor of tabling the motion?
I'll say no.
Okay, so we have, I'm going to say, and not in favor?
Nay.
Nay.
So we have 3-3. So the motion to table fails. Do we still have, the original motion is on the table to accept. Now, can you amend the motion so that we could get the, something that we want? I mean, we want specification on where they're going to spend this money, if there is any money being spent. I mean, you're saying that the application is incomplete, am I right?
City code states in there, it says that they need to declare their intent of the charitable gambling organization, and that their expenditures must be in line with their intent.
And they have not done that. Is that true?
I don't.
Yes, Mr.
Not that
Trust.
I'm aware.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
that is why I had suggested that we table it.
Yep.
So that we could clarify this and get streamlined. Otherwise, we're just kind of wallowing around it.
Well, I don't disagree with you, but I think that the motion to table should be a little more specific so that we get a complete application, or what Ms. Meyer is suggesting. And yes, Mr. Trost.
Who typed the application in? What's different with the other applications that the other ones turn in? Where did they put, what did they put? What did the chamber put in there? Where they're gonna spend it? I wanna know where every other place, what they put in.
Mr. Mayor,
Yep.
I can't answer that off the top
Well,
of
they
my head.
didn't put it in.
It's because you changed the ordinance in May of, or in 2008 to include that information. And the premise permits have not come due prior to now.
Okay, so this is the first time that they've
It's
had
in
to do
the
this.
rules that they have to spend the money in this town.
Ms. Meyer is saying, though, that they haven't specified,
It just says in code 305.04 about, not quite halfway through, the organization must state the purpose of the organization and declare the purpose and projects for which the profits of the organization shall be dispersed.
If this was the chamber asking for this, would you have brought this up?
I
No.
didn't bring it up.
No,
I'm
you did. You just
clarifying.
brought up that reference.
oh no, actually, Mr.
Would
Trost.
anybody have brought that up if the chamber was applying for this? Mr. Lang, would you have brought it up? That they didn't put it in their application?
I think we
Would
should
you
do
have?
for all, but I agree.
No, you wouldn't have.
Mr. Trost, I
I
would
didn't
have.
say that.
You know what, there,
He's just picking on one, only the one.
What?
okay,
The library, the Friends of the Library are not gonna fix the building up no more, they said. So they'll buy books with it and computers and stuff, but they're not doing the building itself. That's not their building. It's the city.
Ask them to.
If that's what you're after to get the building fixed.
You know, I'm not-
If they buy computers, they spend a lot of money on stuff.
okay. It's clear that the building belongs to the city and that we're responsible for the maintenance, and
Correct.
that is a done deal. What we're talking about here is getting, if these folks are going to be deriving profit from a license that we give them, and it's specified in subdivision 2 of 305.07, that they're supposed to be spending it within the city limits, and we've already decided that, I think that we're okay with, say, for instance, the dollars for scholars. But I think what Mr. Lang is asking is that some of this money be devoted to workings within the library, not necessarily maintenance, but computers and other sorts of things. And what Ms. Meyer is saying is that they haven't specified what they're going to spend their money on this year.
I was just clarifying Administrator Murphy's statement.
Right. Okay. Mr. Murphy said that. And that's the fact. These are the facts. So if we're looking at an incomplete application here, because a charitable organization is required to have a budget, and, they have to apply by certain standards. If those standards haven't met, then I can't see that we should approve this at this time. If, however, they say that they're going to come with us in 2 weeks and have something that's set up, then I think that the motion to table is an appropriate one. But I would appreciate the fact that they come to us with a complete accounting of what they plan to do with their money. And so I will make a motion to table with the direction that they come